In this video, I'm going to be talking about Polypipe's patented Fit-Right technology. Now, Polypipe's patented Fit-Right technology features in a number of our ranges. Features in our traps range and in our compression waist fittings range. And it's a very clever invention. Most of the products on the market that have a pipe insertion aid are fixed into the body of the fitting. Now, before we launched this product, we did quite a lot of market research, talking directly to plumbers up and down the country. And what we found from these conversations with plumbers was that the vast majority of traps, well, all the traps, I should say, that have, with the exception of Polypipes, that have got this insertion aid, can't be removed. So if as a plumber, as an installer, you come to an installation and you've got a piece of plastic pipe that's not quite round because it's been installed for a number of years and its shape has changed, or it's a metal pipe, for example, it won't work with the insertion aids that are on the market. So what you have to do is to cut that part of the product away with a Stanley knife, typically, or some other means. You're effectively defecting that product then, and you're compromising its use over time. So what we designed with our insertion aid was that it could be removed. So if you do get to an installation where, for whatever reason, the connection won't work with the pipe that you're working with, you can just take it out. So we've got, as you can see here, this is one of our stop ends that's got the Fit-Right in this product, and simply how it works is if you get to an installation and you don't need to use this, you can just take it out. So as I said before, all the other insertion aids are fixed as part of that product, as part of the body of the fitting. So if you was to use this on a pipe where it's, for the reasons I mentioned before, you would have to cut that part of the product away to get it to work, whereas with Polypipes you can just take that out and you can dispose of that. Now there is, we do get asked from time to time that I think the general perception is with some installers that these are actually 32 and 40mm adapters. So effectively that this 40mm fitting with this Fit-Right could be used on a 32mm pipe, which is not the case. This is a 40mm fitting as an example, which will only work with 40mm pipe, but it will work with 40mm push fit waste pipe and solvent weld waste pipe, which are slightly different sizes. So to give you an example of how you would use our Fit-Right technology as an installed product, first of all, you need some pipe. You can see I'm using our new Polypipe cutters, pipe cutters, waste pipe cutters, really easy to use. Really clean cut of the pipe. And how this works is you remove the threaded nut. You have your spacer washer, as you can see there. Your threaded nut and your spacer washer go onto the pipe. You then put your seal on the pipe, and then you leave the Fit-Right in the fitting. That goes on the end of the pipe, and then you bring everything together. And then another quarter turn just to be sure, and that is a solid connection. The main purpose of Fit-Right technology is to make installation easier. There's no technical performance in terms of flow rates or anything like that in terms of how it works as a product. It's purely there to help installation, particularly in confined spaces. So if, for example, you have a bathroom sink with a vanity unit which has got really small drawers, and you're trying to get, you've got very little space to work with to get a bottle trap in, as an example. Having an insertion aid on the trap makes it much easier to align the trap up to the pipe and then connect those parts together. It just makes that whole process easier, and it gives you a much better connection between pipe and fitting in those situations.